Hey y'all! I am so excited to share this new project. It is something I've been thinking about for a while, and it's essentially going to be video blogging, but we are putting a fun little spin on it and calling it Tamara Talk to make it a little bit more swanky and fancy. The idea behind Tamara Talk is basically just a fun new way to share some things that are on my heart, some things that I'm growing in, some things that I'm trying in life, and I'm just really excited about this new idea and project. It's been on my heart and my mind for quite a while now, but I've just been too scared to do it because it's a little awkward talking to a camera, obviously. But we're just jumping in and we're doing it, and I'm excited to see where it goes. So our first episode today is about Financial Peace University, and clearly it's a family episode. This is Kason, my husband, and I know that y'all see him on Instagram quite a bit, and so I just thought he was the perfect person to be our guest for Tamara Talk. Okay, so my first question is, what was the biggest lesson you learned from Financial Peace University?
I'd probably say just being able, how simple it is to get a hold of it, and then just how really it is just staying focused on it.
Okay.
And not giving up.
Awesome. I think my biggest lesson was just how if we can stay really focused on using extra income, even though we don't have a ton of it, just every little bit of extra income can go towards debt, and how fast it can really snowball and get out of it, so we can just be free and have that freedom of not really carrying that debt around anymore.
Yep.
Cool. Okay, so so Financial Peace is broken down into 9 lessons, and so every single lesson there's a lot of laughter. So what was your favorite lesson?
My favorite lesson is probably the one on retirement.
Yeah.
So I feel like
You've always been
some of the concepts I didn't really understand. I really like looking at my 401k pretty often, but just some of the different options that he gives on retirement fund, things like that are really interesting.
Okay, my favorite lesson was the debt snowball. That was just, it was hysterical. We laughed the whole lesson. It's about 55 minutes, I think, or around that. And it was just so inspiring and encouraging to see how fast we could get out of debt, and how just freeing, again, that it really can be to get out of debt. And it's just exciting. Okay, so why do you want us to be financially peaceful? What's your main goal for
my main goal is mostly just so I can, it's a huge worry, right? Like debt and stress, they kind of go hand in hand. So I guess just anytime you can alleviate stress is a good thing, and for most people, I think financial stress is the biggest. So why wouldn't you want to get rid of that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think my biggest goal is just I want to eventually be able to not feel guilty about wanting to help others. Like, I want to, like Dave talks about in one of the lessons, how this husband and wife paid for electricity for a one lady single mom for a whole year. I want us to be able to be in a position to be able to do that. That's huge. And I can't imagine, I can barely even feel okay about buying somebody groceries or something. Like, that would just I would worry about how we would buy our own groceries. And like Dave says, you have to take care of your family first before you can before you can help others. And so I think just the biggest goal is for us to get rid of that debt, that money that's going towards those debt payments, car payments, student loans, can be used elsewhere afterward. When they're not going towards those debts anymore. So that's just really exciting. Okay, so one really important question for you that I will answer. How important do you think your role as the head of household is to our success?
Well, I think it starts with me, and so I think before we did this, and we budgeted before, but we really were kind of like just nonchalantly budgeted. We really didn't focus, and so that's on me, I guess. But I think if I take a role or take the lead in that role, I think it's easier for you to probably easier for you to understand some things, and it's also I mean, it's just easier to stick to it. Like if I'm not fully invested in it, then there's no way that you will be. And so then I can't expect you to help get out of debt if I don't want to get out of debt.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, that is our first episode of Tamara Talk. Thanks for